Most people don't know this about me. It's been almost 2 years since this drastic change. Every day, being able to talk about it becomes easier and easier. In late June, I found that I was pregnant, and it caused a whole bunch of chaos. My dad really didn't want anything to do with me. My mom was mad. So she picked me up one day and told me I was going to get an ID made, and so I didn't think anything of it. She said, it was time for her to renew it. At the time I was 15, but my birthday's in November, so I was turning 16 so I could get a job. So she was like, you're gonna eventually need it. And so I was like, okay, so I get the ID, and she was like, you have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so stay with me for tonight. So I stayed with her, and in the morning time, we woke up and we were on our way to the doctor's appointment, and we passed my doctor's office. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, hey, well, maybe we're going out to the one farther out by my house. So then we passed my house. We pulled up to Parenthood Planning. I didn't know what that center was until she told me, like how my aunt had an abortion and everything was okay. So basically she was telling me that I was having one. So at the time, I didn't think anything of it because I was like, I'm 4 hours away in Memphis, and I can't turn back because I'm the one who has to ride in the car with my mom.
I made the decision because I felt that my daughter is very smart and has a lot of potential going on in her life, and I felt that if she was to have the child, it would delay her from doing things that she could do to make her life better.
We sat in the doctor's office for 8 hours, and we had to go through a series of different things like a counseling session, basically telling me what an abortion is, what kind of things could happen, ultrasound, everything. And in the whole ultrasound process, I didn't look at any of the pictures or anything because my mom was in the room and she was manipulating the decision. I went on and I had the abortion, and not until a month later did the abortion affect me.
Honestly, I didn't see an effect. I actually thought it made you better as a person, to be smarter and wiser in your decisions. But once you told me what was going on, the effect, then I knew. But personally, I can't see it. I think it was...
A month later, I realized, man, I really made a decision that I seen was unfair. Not only to me, but unfair to the child, just because they were not given the life that everyone else has. And it was nice that I would just cry, and I would pray. One night I woke up out of my sleep just because I was having a dream about it, a flashback. And I woke up crying and crying, asking God, forgive me, because it's murder. I know that's not what He wants. So, I feel like the type of person that I am, I open my mouth about everything, but I didn't open up my mouth to fight for what I believed in. I was always the kid who wrote all my essays or anything over anti-abortions. I was not for that. And then I ended up having one because I didn't open up my mouth. So, I cried and I prayed, and then now it's to the point where when I cry, I feel guilty because I know I prayed and I know that I asked God to forgive me and everything, but I feel like me crying is not forgiving myself. And, I feel like He can't fix me if I'm holding on to something that I'm asking Him to take away from me, take away the pain and the hurt, because it wasn't my decision.
I mean, you're my baby, so it hurt my feelings. It made me feel bad because I didn't know, like I said, it affected you that way because you never said anything to me about it. But once you did, I thought about it a lot, but the past is the past, and we can't do nothing but move on and make a better future. I think about it a lot. The guilt thing, it's up and down, because I wanted to know what could have been if.
I think if I wouldn't have had the abortion, if I would have told my mom no, that I wouldn't have been on my own, because my aunt made it clear that, you know, she was going to be there for me. Like, she was really upset. My aunt and my grandpa, a lot of my family are against abortion, so they would have, you know, stepped up and helped any way they could.
Abortions to me is not thinking about you as a person. It's thinking about the child that's being brought into this world. That's my whole purpose, my whole point of everything. If you can't take care of it, why have it and give it to someone else to raise? It's not only going to affect you to wonder, what is my child doing, but affect that child also to say, why did my parents give me up?
But, and I also feel like, even if that, like, is my child, you know, like, regardless of the situation we in, I'm always going to be happy. For a teen who's like scared to go through pregnancy or whatever, I would just think, you know, there's a lot of people who are outside of your family who are willing to help. There's a lot of women institutions you can go to and get help, and just a lot of places. You don't necessarily, if your family's not willing to help you, there's other ways you can make it happen.
I would say to someone who was thinking about it to think long and hard first, and do what you feel is best. If you feel that you can't financially, stably, mentally deal with the child, don't bring it into this world and, you know, abuse it and not take care of it. And like I said, put it on someone else to do it. That's just my way of thinking.
I want my story to be able to help other women who are pregnant or going through a similar situation to make a decision for yourself, not to be influenced by anyone else, your parents or anyone else, because they're not the ones who have to go through the pain or the struggle, feeling of guilt. It's you. So I feel like, think about it before you do it. And regardless of anybody trying to tell you your age doesn't matter, you're a minor, you have to do what your parents tell you to do, you don't. They take you in the office and they tell you, you know, the procedure, and, you know, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. But I was just scared. And so I just want to take my story, like, people to look at my story and think different, you know? And like me, I can't judge anybody for making a decision to do it, but don't let anyone else make you do it. It's your future, your life. Do what you want with it.